Hi everyone, it's Tayyip Shah. Today I'm going to talk about some existing geospatial services. One of them is OpenRouteService. It's very interesting web-based GIS services, and they have a number of options where you can prepare and generate some new data sets using your logic and criterias. So one of the things basically they need a sign in. You need to be registered with them and pay for the services, but they have a test service which I'm going to be introduce you how it's going to be really work and what kind of things you can do with the help of this open route service. So especially if you are looking at catchment areas based on a location, and this is an excellent service, particularly where the ArcGIS Online data set is not good. So if you look at the ArcGIS Online service, and they will tell you the quality of the data sets in different countries. So the North America and Europe is good when you're using ArcGIS Online, but when you want to be using you want to use this kind of geospatial analysis where the road network data is involved. So I would suggest to use this one like in Asia and African countries and Latin America. So this data set is very, very useful. So this is one of the services which is using OpenStreetMap data set. And if you want to create some catchment area, so they have a number of options. So let's go to one of the hospital. Let's try to see the service here. So we pick one of the city and then zoom into certain levels, and up to certain level you see the different health facilities you can be located on that. So we will pick one of them and select that one. But first we need to decide what service we need. We need a reach. So then we will be taking that location and we will pick one location from there, and they will get the coordinates and generate a buffer zone for you. So what we need to do is, if you have a specific criteria for the buffer, so they have two options. Both you can pick the time and the distance. So for example, in terms of the distance, so we have up to a 120-kilometer distance you can calculate, and that distance could be when they calculate it, it takes some time, but it's eventually they give you the buffer zone based on the road network up to the 120-kilometer maximum distance from that location. In terms of the hospital, you can see that one. So the next thing is how many buffer zones you want to divide it. So if you want to divide the distance by different intervals, then you can see the different kind of intervals can also be generated. The color coding telling you those informations are there, and here is the summary of that information and how much population they will give you the estimates as well based on within your buffer zones as well. The same thing is if you want to change the criteria for the time based. So in the time based, they have a maximum 1 hour. So if you want to like look for 30 minutes, and then you want to see that now the distance is based on the travel time, and then how many buffer zones you want to see. So 30 we will take every 5 minutes. So this is the buffer zones. You can see how far you can go, and that's a river because there are only two bridges like the bridges here. So then you can see it's working accordingly where the crossings are there. So now the next thing is, once you generate this one, in case of you using this free service, so what you can do, you can download this polygons data, and you have a different options to download. So you can download in both, and it will go if you want to use the GIS data sets. I would say decide the GeoJSON you can download, and it will help you to download that file. Okay, and that file you can read in QGIS or ArcGIS Pro to convert into that polygon, and then you can build your own data set. So this is a little bit like tedious work if you have a number of hospitals and how you want to be working together based on that. And some, for example, if you have two hospitals, one here and there, and you want to merge them together, so I'm not sure they can allow you to have two hospitals at the same time to get the combined catchment area. So but what you can do, you can individually generate the both. Like let's suppose if we go to the second one, and then we can let me refresh this one, and let's go open this one again. And now we can go to the second hospital, and then once we have the second hospital information on other side, then you can what do we call, you can create another buffer zone and then merge them together, and where they are overlap you can dissolve them. So this is the way you have a combined integrated buffer zones where you can see the existing hospitals catchment areas which you need for some kind of analysis. So I would suggest, like, if you have planning to do the catchment areas analysis based on the time, travel time, or the distance from that locations. So this is the best tool to use that. So this is also a way as a researchers, if you are a web developer, so if you want to learn what kind of application you need it. So this is kind of the application you can develop, because the data sets is, if you see they are using OpenStreet data, they use the leaflet for this website. Now you need to learn how you can build your own what is called is a platform and the web-based solutions, and then you can be selling the services as well. Anyway, so I thought it might be useful somebody who's looking at the accessibility or catchment areas from those different service locations, either hospitals, universities, schools, and those kind of things. So this approach could be like adopted. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions or you want to be know something how to do that and you have no clear idea, so please let me know. I will try my best to prepare something for that. Thank you.